live. And tonight as well, the line will be kind of like remain open, which means if you want to call in, during the program, you can do so. Once I clock, your phone call, right? I can actually take it and allow you to make your contribution tonight. So a few days ago, or should we say the last time we were on the temple, we're in the temple here discussing what their latest on the politics, right? Was on. I mentioned that the feelers then was that Obi would be declaring for ADC. According to him, it's been part and parcel of the whole idea of coalition from the start that he is not joining them late. In fact, he is only just doing an affirmation. So for 2026 political race, it seems that it is all cooked and about to be dished. All political projections, permutations and what they call it, like strategies and all of that, will be put into play in this 2026. And yeah, I think it is about to start getting interesting again. So the obedient witnessed the Peter Obi's official crossing to ADC today. And this took place in Enugu, where other elected members of his party, Labour Party, also joined in, except for those from, I think, Abia, because Alex Otti said he's not moving. He's going to be staying put. So we are going to go to Enugu, where Peter Obi used strategically for his own declaration, so to say, and all he said there. For those of you who have who followed it and have seen it, good. For those of you who haven't, here is where you're going to have a compilation analysis of what he said and why he's decided to go and join them in ADC. So it seems the race is about to start, or should we say it has actually begun, so to say, right? So we're going to go to Enugu, and then from there, we're going to touch other stories like we normally do, okay? So as you are joining, remember, after reading the caption, the description, like it and share the broadcast. Then you can sit back and start your engagement. Let's go to Enugu.
About 6 of them from Anambra State. And then which they don't run which they just raise their hands.
And since you know that most of these opposition party members or elected members have been poached by Tinubu and his own camp, so the momentum that the coalition, the ADC coalition first generated when they announced their coalition seems to have died off in the last few months. So Peter Obi, kind of like, I would say, he perfected his timing. Right now, it seems to be what everybody is talking about. Or is he going to go and be a vice president? Or is Atiku going to step down for him? Is he going to participate in convention? Can he defeat Atiku? Or can he, all those conversations is now ongoing, including in the camp of Tinubu, because they believe that Peter Obi has agreed to be vice president to Atiku a long time ago, but he has no idea or no way of telling the obedient. So all this speculation just means that this is the moment they've been waiting for. Is he going to ever join them? Or is he not going to ever join them because they're not going to give him what he wants? That kind of stuff, right? Now he's declared in a very much like, grand way, okay, by not just joining by himself, just all by himself, including those who are like the remaining Labour Party members. And Abaribe too. And then also, Aisha Yesufu was there, who is believed to also probably be planning to run for office in 2027. So this is just probably like at the beginning of every other public kind of like engagement that will happen, okay? So to those who are on the side of Tinubu, especially right now, when you look at the southeastern governors, majority of them, right, are already with the Kolu. Soludo is with Kolu. Uzodima is with Kolu. Who else is there? The other guy from Ebonyi is with Kolu. The one Peter Oba from Enugu is also with Kolu. Now, Alex Soti is also believed to also have something with Kolu as well. So, but that makes some of these APC foot soldiers or tigers, they believe that Peter Obi would never have the same kind of like a run like he did in 2023 in the eastern part of Nigeria. But let's start with the Aisha, and then I will go on to what Obi said at his own declaration today, because this will be the foundation for it. You know that. Aisha.
Greatest 5 minutes. Nigerian people. Greatest Nigerian people. Of the greatest, 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 of the greatest Nigerian people. Good day to the high table. I've been given 1 minute.
Yes.
You know, whenever it is, I can speak not only for Nigeria but also for Africa. But today we had a great leader who said it's all about unity. It's all about unity. We are united with the insecurity that affects every part of the country. We are united with the lack of employment. We are united with the things that are not working. The next time they tell you we are not united, remind them that the problems that face all of us, we all get it. And so therefore, we will put our hands together to make sure that Nigeria becomes an amazing country, a great country, one that we all will be proud of. And today Nigerians have decided that they are going into the African, right? Give me the second one. Give me the third one. There is a reason why there is no party there. It simply means this is not the time for jollification like you would usually see. This is the time for Africans, Nigerians. Nigerians will lead the way. And this is the time for us all to come together and have that Congress. African Democratic Congress it is. ADC!
Arise and shine.
ADC!
Arise.
AD&C!
Arise and shine.
Before I leave, I want to say here, sir, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, I have never been in any political party. I have refused to be a card-carrying member of any political party. But as my leader, I give you my words that I will proudly be a card-carrying member of ADC.
Thank you.
And David Mark, you might not remember, over 11 years ago, under the rains, we cried together. And Honorable Aminu Tambua, you might not remember, but we cried together. You were outside in the rain. When we stood up, I had turned 40 and I realized that silence was no longer an option. And when Chibok girls were taken away and we came to the National Assembly, both of you came out and you stood in the rain and you cried with us. All of us shed tears and we are still shedding that tear. Enough is enough. There is no more time for us to shed tears. We have cried too much. From this moment on, we are in the trenches. We will fight for Nigeria. We will have a great nation. ADC, we take us and give us the Nigeria where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you. Great.
5 minutes.
Aisha. Now, that is just to tell you that it is about to get started. So those who know or who can still remember the, what do you call it? The force of that their obedient movement at the time, and you probably feels like maybe they have become so weary and the rest of that, you may have a lot of, or they may have a lot of surprises for you. Because like I said before, those who, especially those younger, Nigerians, who genuinely bought into Peter Obi's, ideology and the rest of that, they have no political parties. Indeed, even though some are saying that their 2027 is probably never going to be like a 2023, because this time around, if they succeed in actually forming a coalition where those who have been in the game for a while, and then those who are like a green arms as well, could actually have their votes in quotes protected. So therefore, Peter Obi controls an organic sort of like a followership. Those who have no political party allegiance to any, right? And it controls them. When I say control, I mean the moment it gives the whistle, like it blows the whistle like that, in another few days, you are going to begin to see them everywhere, both online and offline. And for who they are, there is no break. This is what makes them dangerous to the system. So the last time, people believed that they could have taken the opportunity of that number, right, to challenge the system when the election was purely being rigged. But at the same time, Obi's influence at the time was so much that it made them believe that the judiciary will do its job, the blah, the blah. So all eyes on judiciary stuff. So is their 2027 going to be the same, where they are going to lure people to make them believe that all you needed is to participate. Don't be scared, even when they get attacked or even get killed by, of course, the violent ruling government, the supporters of the ruling government. So there are so many things to unpack. But Obi himself, what is he saying? Why is he joining them? Especially to those of us who believes that, who knows that this is more or less like a coalition of, criminals as well. But they needed somebody, in the midst of, what do you call it? In the midst of black sheep, then you have a white one, right? Where they can say, oh, this one we can kind of like ride on the goodwill of this one. So all of that right now is part of what you're going to be unpacking, because it's just the shit is about to get serious. And how far this is going to go, we are just about to find out. Let's start from him. Obi.
Today is an important day. Today is the last day of 2025. So we are ending this year with a hope that in 2026, we will begin a journey of rescue of our country. For proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. We have all watched those who benefited from our democracy sometime now become accessories to destroying our democracy, either through coercion and gangsterism against the opposition. We cannot allow this to happen. We will resist it. We've now seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig an election in Nigeria come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we are urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they are asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those schools, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election for Nigeria. And we must follow that. Our commitment is about Nigeria. In all my touring and everything, we are committed to a better Nigeria, and we found all the studies that we have followed religiously, and I'm going to mention a few to tell you why it is important what we are doing here today and why we must follow it, and know that two things are critical if we are going to turn around Nigeria. We must stay united. Nigeria today is not united. We must ensure the unity of the country. We must ensure we have competent leadership. I have followed by studies of where we have conflict, where we have strife, where there's disunity, and where there's unity, and what it brought about. Because of it, I've read several books in it, but I'm going to cite one which Professor Tommy knows very well. He took me to visit one of the best authors who wrote on conflict resolution and transformation, because we're talking about transforming our country. And that took me to read a book by Professor Nicole Fox of California University. And after reading that book, met with him alongside Professor Tommy, and after listening to him, I decided, for the interest of what happened in Rwanda, to visit Rwanda. And sat down, had the opportunity of sitting down with Paul Kagame to listen what he did in reconciling and transforming that society, which shows me hope that it can happen here. And if you look at what he did, it is evident that in 1995, if you look at it, the GDP per capita of Rwanda is $227. Today, it is $1,100, a growth of over 500%. While our own country, in 1995, the GDP per capita of $1,225, today we are below 1,000. 30 years after, for the giant of Africa. We cannot continue this way. Our people are in pain. That is why we are coming to talk about how do we unify our country. Following that particular visit and the differential showing in underdevelopment of this country, I decided to go further. That took me to read another book, Growing Apart, which is a book about Indonesia and Nigeria. Indonesia and Nigeria have the same similar